G'day, it's Mark Rogan from O'Neill Real Estate, and this is number 23 Carawatha Avenue in Mount Nasura. Oh, I love it. I love it. And I think you will too. Let's go and have a look at it room by room, as we like to do. This is the inspection you have when you're not having an inspection. I'm going to show you as much detail as I can. The sort of tour that you would probably do if you were here in person, maybe even more detailed, because there's nobody else here at a home open. So it's just you and me and a camera and a good old look around. I'm going to show you what I see. So I'll point out the obvious. I'll point out maybe the not so obvious. I'll just tell you what I'm looking at. So this is the house. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, really nicely renovated. It is a fantastic position as well. Carawatha Avenue is a really good place to be. We've got a school at the end of the street. We've also got not only the school at the end of the street, we've got Peaceville Pond, which is a really lovely location as well, really nice park. You can walk through there, up through Settlers Common, and that is absolutely fantastic as well. We've got a nice shot of the bin. You have 2 bins here. You know, I'm going to tell you that because I've been in one of these councils with the FOGO bin, the recycling bin, the general waste bin that they only collect once a week or once a fortnight or once a month or whatever goes on. Here, you get proper sized bins. You know, it's the small stuff. I think it makes a big difference. All right, now out the front. Just had to find a reason to justifiably show you the bins in what should be a professional marketing video that focuses on the beauty of the house and not the trash cans. But again, like I said, lots of detail, folks. This house has solar panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of them. And that is a very good thing. Keeping those power bills down. All right, let us go and see what is going on in this house. We've taken nearly 2 minutes and we've only just got inside. So hopefully you're still with us as I show you all the bits and pieces of what's on offer here. Now, this place is fantastic. There's a real awesome functionality to what is going on here. The kitchen is at the center of everything. You've got a very modern style. You've got the breakfast bar that runs right along the length of that island bench. Reverse cycle air conditioning. We've got a dishwasher, electric cooktop, oven is, electric oven, and you have an oven, and lots of drawers and lots of cupboards. Very, very practical design. And then you've got what would presumably be the meals area over here, depending on how you set everything up. Great space for all of that on this side. And then as you come down here into this sitting area, we've got an open, well, not an open fire. Well, you have to open it to light it, I suppose. It's an opening fire. How about that? You've got a slow combustion wood stove that closes. An open or closed fireplace. We recommend closing it for safety reasons. And just a really cool functional space. And one thing I didn't mention when I was out the front waffling away about the location was just the fact that you're surrounded by trees. Look at that as you step outside. There's just trees, a whole hill of trees. It's beautiful. Settlers Common that I mentioned before kind of winds its way through that hill. And that is a beautiful, beautiful element of living in this location. But we will come back to that in a moment. For now, we have an updated laundry with really good linen storage. Again, like I said, you know, I'll open cupboards and do the tour things that you might otherwise sneakily do if you were here in person. So the last of the cellar stuff is yet to be moved, but you know, that's just there to prove that it's a linen cupboard. That's why that's there. Then we've got the bench and sink over on this side. Space for the washing machine underneath. And all of that opens out onto the deck, which we will go and have a look at in the not too distant future. As we go down this way, to the right, we have bedroom number 2 of 3. So this one has the ceiling fan and good size space. Then you've got the main bedroom here. Now the main bedroom will comfortably fit a queen size bed potentially a king size if you were to configure it slightly differently, not having bedside tables. But you've got ample power points, as you can see. Power points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the control for the fan. I mean, switch it up, baby. Oh, 9, 10. Woohoo! That's impressive. You can charge a lot of stuff in this room. The walk-in wardrobe has really good storage space. This is a gyprock wall that's been built here. So if you decided you wanted the room to be wider and configure it differently and maybe have robes down this end instead, well, you could do that if you wanted to make it larger and have a king-size bed in here. Otherwise, you could potentially remove this wall and do some storage along here. It would probably only really need to come to like there if it was the size of a normal built-in wardrobe. So I like the setup that's here, but I'm just giving you the options because, again, you're not here to see it in person. So I'm telling you what is going on with all of that. So that's the main bedroom. And bedroom number 3. Not huge, but it has the built-in study desk over there, which can be unbuilt in if you need it as a bedroom that doesn't have a study desk in it. And nice natural light in this room as well. All right, and this is the bathroom. A very nicely renovated bathroom. So you've got this beautiful big shower. There is a light in there. The toilet. The vanity. Double vanity. And a large mirror with the overhead light as well. Perfect. Well, that's not perfect. Perfect now. Sometimes the light's not always a good thing. All right, but that is what is going on with the bathroom. And a really good setup, folks. It's just a very, very practical kind of design. Everything about this works very, very well. I love the whole feel. There is ducted air conditioning through the home as well, ducted evaporative air conditioning, and the split system for those days where the ducted just ain't cutting it, which occasionally happens. You get those humid days, and the ducted is being evaporative, doesn't go as well in the humidity. So that's the background on that. Now, how should I, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you out the back, and then we'll go back around the front, and I'll show you around the side. So we've got a usable yard space. They had started with some sleepers as a bit of a retaining area. They were going to flatten out that lawn area, but decided that it was time to move on before that ever happened. So they have left that as it is, but that's there. You can continue that on and bring in some fill if you wanted to flatten this out and make it a larger, flatter area. And you've got colour-bond fencing down 2 of the sides. Little garden shed up the back, which, you know, frankly, I think could use another coat of paint, because I don't know what you call that colour. It's almost camo. It's like a camouflage shed, except for the fact I can see it because it's camo and nothing around it is camo. So it's a shed that needs a coat of paint, but you've got it there. It's useful storage space. So along this side, it's just, again, I'm showing you everything that you might snoop around and have a look at if you were here in person. So this is the back of the shed. It's a Hills block, right? So, you know, all Hills blocks have some slope to work with. There's various retaining factors along. You've got the stone pitching along this side, which continues through on the carport side as well, but we'll go and see that from the other side shortly. For the best part, folks, it's as is, where is with this one. What you see is what you get. It's priced very attractively. So it's best offer over $6.89, and we're working largely as is, where is, but everything is in pretty good order. But that is the background on all of that. Obviously, we're still able to have discussions with you, discussing those sorts of things. But again, if we were here in person at a home open, that's what I would tell you. Any questions? You can let us know on that front. So as you stand here, the phone doesn't quite capture it, but that's what you're looking at. Just beautiful trees around the place. On the other side of the hill. Jump on Google Maps if you've not done so already, and just see how close it is to everything. It's close to the school. You can walk down the road to, there's this little hippie joint kind of going on there. Pioneer Village is nearby here. Now, I find Pioneer Village to be a terrific feature within this area. There's all manner of little variety stores in there. It was built in the 80s. If you don't know this already, if you do, hey, you can skip along. You can also hit mute on the Mark Rogan channel and not listen to this at all. But Pioneer Village was built in the late 70s, early 80s, kind of a bit like the Sovereign Hill at Ballarat and in Melbourne, and that, or in Victoria, and that's it's kind of got that whole old world charm, this village sort of scape that they built through there. And they had all these vintage style stores, but then over the years that changed, and then there was a ferry shop in there. There's now also an accountant, ye olde accountant. I think there's ye olde financial planner, and ye olde organic store with kombucha for and all that sort of stuff. So ye olde hippie. But they do make amazing coffee. That was a very long way to say that there's very, very good coffee around the corner. And treats. They make some very nice treats as well, those hippies. I love them. They're actually really good. Stop in there. Have a look at it. Even if you come to the inspection and go, you know what? I like the house. I need to think about it. I'm going to go and get a coffee. Go there. Get a coffee. Get a bit of a feel for what's on offer here in Mount Nasura. The house is a double brick home. It's rendered. So that's what you can evidently see there. There's some cracks in the render, just some settling cracks, etc. We do have some engineering reports. Obviously, Hills Homes have their bits of movement, etc. And they had some work done to address any of that and make sure that it is solid and good to go for many years to come, which it absolutely should be, because this is the place that should be home for many, many years. So with the driveways, I think obviously it was 13 minutes ago, we've been here for a while. I think I mentioned it. There's a second driveway over on that side, near where we were talking about the bins. You remember that? It was a long time ago. And then you've got some parking there, and then parking through here. So 2 crossovers. Now, I did this because I wanted to show you. So that's a Land Cruiser, and it fits. Now, it's close, but it fits. I didn't go any further because I would have hit the boxing bag with my mirror. So I didn't go any further. But that was my way of showing you that as far as, you'd probably also have maybe an issue with that as well. But you don't have to have that there. You could take that off. So if you had something you needed to park in here that's as high as a Land Cruiser that hasn't been lifted, just a standard cruiser, that is what would work. So yeah, I mean, if the bag wasn't there, I'd have kept on going. It fits when you're stock standard. All right, so that gives you a pretty good idea as to what is going on around the place. That information I mentioned around the structural stuff, we can supply that to you as well. The concrete was laid 50 odd years ago. So there's quite a few cracks and stuff in the concrete, in the driveway that is. And what you see is what you get with all of that. But it's been down for decades and decades and decades and decades, and probably wasn't really that well laid decades and decades and decades and decades ago. From a safety point of view with the backyard, you've got the fencing on this side. Those are gates, so you can get access out to the back. But great if there's pets or kids there. There's the inverter for the solar panels. Really great if there's kids or pets to consider. And then you can close it off at the front as well with those gates. Fence across the front of the house. Gate there. And then on this side, the gate that we came through before. So from the point of view of, having a safe and secure yard, it's absolutely fantastic. And from that walk score kind of factor, right? You're in the hills, so it's not like it's got shops on your doorstep or anything, but it's about as walkable as a hills location can get. By the way, this is like, 5:30 on a Friday night. We started here 15 minutes ago. This is peak hour, pretty much. So over the top of the hill, and not very far away, is the Arundel District Hospital, and there's bus stop over the top as well that takes you to the city. Pretty quick access to the train station from there too. Going this way down the hill, we've got access to Settlers Common, like I mentioned before, and the if you go to the left, you can walk through to the Last Drop Elizabethan pub, which is really good as well. Great meals, great atmosphere, beautiful beer garden and everything there. It's really nice. So check that out too, Elizabethan Last Drop, if you're not familiar with the area. Hopefully you're familiar with the house after 16 minutes of me waffling away, showing you everything I could point my phone at. If there's anything I've missed and you can't make it in person, that you feel like you need to know, then please let us know. We'll give you as much information as we can so that you can make what I believe would be a very good decision to move to 23 Carawatha Avenue in Mount Nasura. Hopefully that shows you everything you need to see. It's Mark Rogan from Own Your Real Estate. Thanks for sticking around.